I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're taking a look at a heartwarming tale from the enchanting world of Pikes Peak Ponies. Join us right now as we explore Gaileen Crowell's latest children's book. It is called Hallie Loses Jenna, a Pikes Peak Ponies Adventure. It is a story of friendship and discovery. And we will discover the charming town of Riverbend and meet the ponies that bring this magical book and series to life. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Prime 7 Media for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her wonderful books. The links are below this interview. Gaileen, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Good morning.
Good morning. What was your inspiration in creating a town that is inhabited by horses?
It's a long story that goes back about 25 years. I was at the time sewing together 16-inch ponies to sell, and I dressed them in 1860s outfits. And because I have such a wild imagination, I started creating stories between the ponies. And years later, I told a friend about them, and she said, "Oh, you must write these down and make a book." She said it's such a fun thing. And she said, "I think it's different than a lot of other authors have done." So that's how it started.
Now, these little ponies you're creating with like stuffed animals, is that what it was?
Yes, they were. And I sold them at various places in Wyoming, up at like South Pass City, where it's all antique and they have a mercantile there, those sorts of things.
Gotcha. And you had stories that you told about these ponies, huh?
I had stories in my mind. Yes,
Yep.
I did. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Let's talk about the book you've published now, Hallie
Okay.
Loses Jenna, a Pikes Peak Ponies Adventure, which of course is a tongue twister and fun to say. I'm sure kids love it.
Yeah.
Tell us about the story. Give us an overview.
Hallie is a little 10-year-old pony who loses her little doll. The ponies have human characteristics, so they're like people.
Mhm.
And she sets about the town of Riverbend, which is along the North Platte River, looking for her pony doll. And so as she goes along, we meet all the other characters that will be in the series. She starts at the school and works her way around town through the Red Rose Saloon, which she knows is an off-limits place. She goes and meets Father Lamone, who talks to her and says he will look for it, Mija.
Mhm.
And then she goes to the sheriff's office, and Pike Peak writes down a description and does all the sheriffy things that he should do. And while she's walking along back behind the jail, she sees a guy digging in the garbage can. So she goes out and visits him and finds the two towns want to be criminals who are very sloppy at their job, and visits with them a little bit. And then finally she goes home, and I won't spoil the end of it, but it all works out well in the end.
Wonderful. We all love a happy ending. We're glad that Hallie and Jenna perhaps are reunited. I don't want to give
Right.
away too much here. What do you hope
Yeah.
children take away from your story?
First of all, I am an avid history buff. I grew up in Wyoming. We in fourth grade have Wyoming history,
Mhm.
and I became enamored of the history of the settlers
Mhm.
and the people that made the West. It's just so fascinating to me how that all happened. And I want to pass that along to children of this era because I don't think they're being taught those things.
I know. I think everybody should spend some time in Wyoming. It's a gorgeous state. And you're right, the Old West is still alive. I spent some time in Cody about a year ago, and it was great. And of course, you've got the beautiful Yellowstone National Park right there and the Grand Tetons. And you can see the majesty of America right there. It's just so wonderful, so beautiful. Let's talk about
Yes.
your illustrations because they're quite awesome as well. Tell us
Aren't
about how
they
you went
charming?
about.
I when I first published the book, the press that I went through did the illustrations for me. So they were done by a professional whom I don't know, of course. But I wanted a kind of a cartoonish character, but yet realistic as well.
Yeah.
So that's how we came up with these illustrations, and I love them. I want to continue them through the books because I think it is fun for children. And it gives us an idea of what they would look like if they had human characteristics.
Exactly.
So,
Yep, I agree. The artwork is terrific. So Hallie Loses Jenna is book one. What do you envision as book two? You have 5 stories in your head already, right?
I do. The
Okay.
next book will be about Cody. And if you look at the cover of Hallie Loses Jenna, you'll see Cody has a pail and a fishing pole in his hand. And he has been wanting to catch this large trout that he sees in the river constantly. And that's his goal in life, is to catch that fish. He's a little 9-year-old.
Okay.
And so we're going to talk about how he came to live at the ranch and talk about his adventure trying to catch this fish.
Wonderful. I also love the fact that you have your merchandise ready to go. Usually somebody comes up with an idea for a book and then maybe later they'll develop a stuffed toy that goes with it. But your stuffed toys actually came first.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. And I would like to create those because I think it would be fun for children to have an actual figure of some kind, if you will, to create their own stories.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Read the story to the child, and then the child continues from there with the little figure, whether it's a stuffed toy or an action figure or what have you. I think that's a great formula. Have you envisioned this as a series of films or animated shorts or a series or something like that?
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah.
I am really excited to think that that might be a possibility because I think if we put this on the screen, even more children will be enthused about it. We are in a digital era.
Yeah.
I can't deny that. 3 and 4-year-olds know how to use the phone better than I do, and unfortunately,
Yeah.
and it's just it's a necessary part of moving on, I believe.
Right. And I think it's self-fueling because children read the book, then they want to see the video, or they've seen the video, now they want to read the book, and then they want to buy the toy. I think it's great, particularly you're teaching such great values in the book as well. And they're learning about America, which sometimes isn't taught as much or as well or as accurate as it should be in our country these days. So I think that's great as well. So have you had the opportunity to read this to some children?
I have. Our local library is very open to having readers come in, and I read it to a group of children. Some of them were smaller and more enamored with the ponies than the book, but the ones who were old enough to catch the story really enjoyed it. And the parents were very thrilled about it because Lyman, of course, is out in the Eastern Plains. So the story blends in as well in Colorado as it would in Wyoming.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I hear ponies are actually nasty animals. Is that true or false?
Oh, that's false.
Okay, good.
When I talk about ponies, I think of the Native American ponies,
Okay.
which are actually mostly quarter horses. And a quarter horse is a very sharp animal. They know how to herd. They learn very, very quickly. They're fast on their feet and they have good endurance.
Okay, good.
So, no, I can't say that
So we
that's true.
dispelled that myth, which is great. As a city boy, that's what I hear about ponies. And quarter horses also race, right? Sometimes they race short distances, right?
Yes. They run great distance. Yes. They're very endurance strength. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have learned something today from Pikes Peak Ponies as well. That sounds like that could be a farm, Pikes Peak Ponies, right?
I suppose.
Yeah.
And I've found when I started to put my brand out that Pikes Peak Adventures is in several places, whitewater rafting and things like that. So I had to be really careful with my brand to make sure I didn't impose on someone.
Well, it's perfect. And like I said, it's a fun tongue twister that children would enjoy for sure. It is The Enchanting World of Pikes Peak Ponies. And the name of the book, written by Gaileen Crowell, is Hallie Loses Jenna, a Pikes Peak Ponies Adventure. It is a story of friendship and discovery. It all takes place in the charming town of Riverbend and the ponies that bring this magical series to life. It is highly recommended. Gaileen, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Oh, it's been a delight. Thank you so much.
It has been a delight. I enjoyed speaking with you. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.